garage, back on the JK. The mystery continues. I've been trying to figure out who the owner was originally. I've got it back to not the dealer that sold it to the guy I bought it from, but the dealership before that. And I think there's something hinky that went on in between the first owner and that dealership, because they have a repair shop. Maybe they bought it with a blown motor or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So we'll see if I get any information. But I got a bunch of stuff in from Rough Country, from Mitch, my buddy, on the lift kit, but the first thing I have to do is clean up the frame. So let's take a look at what the steps you need to do to get the frame cleaned up on one of these dang things, and how bad is it. Now I can tell you that Jennifer is always super happy when I put things on jack stands in the driveway. But you know what? That's the cost of progress. I started taking off the wheels and taking a look, and really the worst part is trippy. It's up here in the front area on the front nose of it. Yeah, that's the most eaten up part. Not past saving, but it's the most rusty. So I'm gonna have to take off the front bumper to get to those ears and everything. The back of the frame is really not that bad. The muffler's bad. I got a new muffler in. Let me show you that. Ordered a new muffler, and this is how it came. UPS. Basically, they just put a tag on it and threw it in the back of the truck, and it's all dented up on one side, but that side's kind of janked up. I was really shocked of the crappy way that this company shipped it, but you know what? There it is. I got it. This is my Rough Country stuff. Mitch Pope always comes through when I talk to him, and we're going to be looking at that in this video or the next. Who knows? Next thing I do is get all this plastic off the front so I can take a look at the front of the frame. I think I got all the bolts out. We'll see. There it is. Woo, there we go. And there we go. This one's trashed anyway. I got a new one. So that's cool. See, there's all kinds of weird stuff that I'm finding that I have no explanation for, such as the springs on the front, and I think the rear also, had been replaced. That's a tag for a brand new spring, and they look brand new on both sides. So did the old springs rust out? Was it in a wreck? I don't know. Have no clue. They do look pretty clean though, dang. I gotta take the inner fender wells out, and then I can get on the frame and get started brushing, coating, all that garbage. So awesome. It's starting to get dark. I'm sweating too much, and I think I'm gonna go in for the night and then hit it again tomorrow. Hopefully I can get a cover for this so Jennifer doesn't notice. Now, if you've ever been around rebuilding ships where there's a steel hull, this is one thing you might have seen. It's called a needle scaler, and it basically is a pneumatic. It basically just hammers on the metal and knocks off any of the loose parts. And it works really good for that kind of stuff. I'll put a link down below if you're interested in getting one, because for loose rust, like the flaky stuff, this is the best thing to use. So this morning I woke up to the inevitable question from Jennifer. I was sleeping, and I woke up because she was making a little bit of noise as she was getting ready for work, and she was saying goodbye to me, and she says, "What are all those boxes from Rough Country doing out there?" And I was just like, "Oh, there's more boxes?" And she goes, "Well, no, but there's some boxes out there that say Rough Country on them." I said, "That's a lift kit." And she goes, "You're gonna do it in the driveway?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it in the driveway." And you could see her face was not happy. But I'm trying to get the Toyota done and do some work on this too, and do some videos, and this, I really enjoy working on the Jeep. So I'm gonna try to keep it to a minimum in the driveway, but it's just something, because she married me, she's stuck with. So let's get back to the Jeep. Let me tell you what's going on. The needle scaler, I'm done with it. I got all the loose stuff off, and then I put some Rust-Oleum Rust Eater or something. It's really navel jelly is what it is. It's all basically the same stuff, navel jelly. And I'm letting it sit on there for about 30-45 minutes, and then I'm going to pressure wash it off, and then we'll see what it looks like. But this is the worst part of the frame, is the front part here. And once I get that cleared off, then it's going to be actually pretty clear sailing from what I can tell from the rest of the frame. Now, when I really start doing a deep cleaning on the frame, I'm actually going to run water down through the middle of it to make sure there's no more salt deposits like that inside it before I do the internal frame coating that I got from Eastwood that arrived today. But for right now, I'm just trying to get this front nose cap where the frame is cleaned off, derusted. I took the fender flares off and the inner fender because I got new ones of those, so I'm just ahead of the game right now. Let's take a look. If you look at the front part, I'm pretty much done with it. This has just got some rust encapsulator paint from Eastwood on it, and it looks super good. I took a wire wheel, brushed it off. I may have to hit that just a little bit more over on that side, but for a cleanup, it looks really, really good. And I'm just going to continue on back. And like I said, the back of the frame looks actually pretty decent. It's got a little bit of rust on it, but very little compared to, like right up here in this front end is the worst. So you can see that the stuff is eating up that rust. And there's the steering box. It was rusty. And I'm going to pressure wash, and I may have to do this one more time on this side, down in the brakes and the rear. All of that's coated with this junk. And so I'll pressure wash the crap out of it, and then we'll see what it looks like. Oh, it looks beautiful. Let's let this dry, and then we'll take a little bit closer look on where I want to be before we start coating it. Ah, yes. Got some stuff from Eastwood in. What did we get? Ooh. Oh, nice. Got some chassis black spray paint. Awesome. Chassis black. Da, da, da. Got some rust dissolver, which works really well on the rust. I like it better than the, this actually does work better than the Rust-Oleum, but pretty much the same stuff. Got internal frame coating for the inside of the frame, and I got a quart of Rust Encapsulator Plus. This is supposed to be better than the spray. I'll probably use my spray gun on it, but this is what I'm going to use on the frame where there's any rust, because this encapsulates it and keeps it from coming back. So awesome. These body mounts have seen better days. There's one. Here's another one. There's another one here that I started to take off. So I'm going to replace all those. Since I'm replacing all the body mounts on the Jeep, I thought now would be a great time if I'm going to add a body lift. You know, just give it a little bit extra oomph off of the frame. I like having the body about an inch off the frame. It makes it easier to clean, it's easier to get to. So I contacted my buddy Mitch Pope, Rough Country, and said, hey, send me a Rough Country 1-inch body lift, and it's supposed to be here like on Monday. Like, it's like super fast. It'll be here. And Mitch, you are freaking awesome. So we're going to be doing a video on how to install a body lift, whether you're doing mounts or not. It's going to be the same procedure, except I've got to take the old mount off and put a new one on. So that'll be awesome. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. I've been cleaning and picking up, and I painted some of the front end on the frame, so we'll pick back up on the next video of looking at what that looks like. I should have all my parts in to be able to do the body lift, and then we can start doing the lift kit, which shouldn't take very long. And then, you know what, I may just start going on into doing the body work, and that'll make Jennifer really happy if I do it out in the front driveway. Keep watching. I'm doing something other than a Toyota. Tomorrow I'm working on that. I'm going to be putting fuel injectors in it and see how far I can get trying to get it running again. But I thought you'd enjoy some Jeep videos. Any comments or questions, post them below. I appreciate all the support. Just keep watching, man. I appreciate you being a subscriber. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.